Hey friends, so we're going to try this out. We're going to see how this works. I don't know yet, so bear with me. So the book I'm going to be reading is Like Pickle Juice on a Cookie. Chapter 1. I had a bad August, a very bad August. As bad as pickle juice on a cookie. As bad as a spider web on your leg. As bad as the black parts of a banana. I hope your August was better. I really do. Chapter 2. My bad time started one morning when my parents sat down in my room. We have some difficult news, they said. I hate it when they say that. It means I have terrible news. Just rotten. The last time they had difficult news, they had lost my hamster. Her name was Dr. Biggles. My dad had left her cage open. We went from door to door in our Brooklyn apartment building. We asked all the neighbors, "Have you seen Dr. Biggles?" But we never found her. I tried to think what news could be as difficult as that. Did Grandma Sadie die? I asked. Of course not, said my mother. Grandma Sadie is in excellent health, said my father. Why would you ask such a question? Said my mother. She's the oldest person I know, I said. I thought she might have died. That would be difficult news. Oh, my mother shivered. Yes, she said, that would be very difficult news. Nobody died, my father said. Chapter 3. So what is the news? I asked. My father looked at my mother, and my mother took a deep breath. Bibi is moving away, she said. I blinked at them. I could not speak. Bibi is my babysitter. She has been my babysitter my whole life. She is the best babysitter in the world. She makes me soup when I am sick. She holds my feet when I do handstands. She knows which of my teeth are loose and which ones I've lost and where I was when I lost them. She rubs my back when I am tired. She takes a needle and thread and sews at my pants to make them fit just right. And she knows not to tickle me because I hate to be tickled. Bibi cannot move away, I said. She is moving to Florida, my father said, to be with her father. He is sick and he needs her. But I need her, I said. Bibi cannot move away, I said again. You are 8, Eleanor, my mother said. You are getting so big. You don't need Bibi as much as you used to. Everything will be okay. I started to cry. I don't want to get so big, I said. Everything will not be okay, I said. This is as bad as somebody dying, I said. And it was. It was as bad as somebody dying. Chapter 4. We had a going away party for Bibi. All her friends came. Angela and Connie and Blossom and Dee. Everyone gave her presents, except for me. I could not make Bibi a goodbye present or pick one out. My mom gave Bibi a picture of me in a pretty frame. Bibi said she would keep it by her bed so she could see me when she woke up and when she went to sleep. Everybody at that party cried. My dad cried. My mom cried. Angela and Connie and Blossom and Dee cried. Bibi cried. And I cried. I cried a lot. It was not a fun party. I hope you never go to a party like that. I really do. Chapter 5. At the end of the party, Bibi put her presents in big shopping bags. Then it was time for her to go. Maybe we shouldn't all go outside with Bibi, my dad said. It will be very sad outside. But it's sad inside, I said. I want to go, I said. So we all went. My parents helped Bibi get a cab. Then we hugged her and she hugged us. and she climbed into the cab and pulled the door shut and turned toward us, and the cab drove off. And now I know the worst thing in the world. The worst thing in the world is a cab driving farther and farther away with BB in the backseat waving goodbye. Chapter 6. The next morning I woke up and wrapped myself in my blanket and went in the living room and sat on the sofa and waited for the sound of BB's key in the door. I knew I wouldn't hear BB's key in the door, but still I thought, maybe she forgot something. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe her dad got well. So I waited and listened and waited and waited until my mom came in and sat beside me and held me tight. "This just feels so awful," she said. We sat there together feeling awful. Then she said, "Should we have something special for breakfast? Some chocolate chip pancakes?" "No," I said. "With powdered sugar?" "No," I said. "With cinnamon toast and extra cinnamon? With extra cinnamon?" "No," I said. "How about pickle juice on a cookie?" she said. "Would you like pickle juice on a cookie?" And then I had to smile, because that was just ridiculous. Chapter 7. After BB left, my mom took a little time off from work. "We'll get through this together," she said. But there were lots of things we could not do. We could not call BB because she was away at the hospital taking care of her sick father. We could not call Grandma Sadie either because Grandma Sadie would ask me about BB. We could not go to Roma Pizza because BB loved Roma Pizza. So Roma Pizza reminded me of BB. We could not ride my bike because BB helped me pick out my bike, and so my bike reminded me of BB. We could not go swimming at the gym because BB was scared of swimming, so swimming reminded me of BB. Sometimes, after I told my mom what we could not do, she would ask, "Well, is there anything we can do?" So I would let her read to me and bake cookies with me and take me to the Flatbush Avenue diner because I didn't want her to get too cranky. Chapter 8. One day after breakfast, my mom said, "I have to make a work call now. I'm very sorry. I wish I didn't have to, but it's an important call. I'm afraid you'll have to be quiet and you can't interrupt." Then she picked up the phone and started dialing. That call went on forever. Finally, I pulled on her sleeve. "Will you ever be done?" I whispered. She frowned at me and shook her head at me and put her fingers to her lips. That meant no. She would never be done. I left her there on her very important call and decided to look through her clothes. I liked looking through her clothes. I tried on her long black dress with beads on the straps and her highest heeled shoes. Then I opened a dresser drawer, my favorite dresser drawer, full of fancy scarves. Grandma Sadie sends my mom those scarves. I took them out one by one and unfolded them and set them down until I got to the navy one that's covered with cherries. BB loves cherries. Before she moved away, we used to sit at the kitchen table with a bowl for me and a bowl for her and a bowl in the middle for the pits. We'd eat all those cherries and spit out the pits. BB would always remind me not to swallow the pit, and I never did. I never swallowed a single pit. I didn't ask my mom if I could have her navy scarf that's covered with cherries. I just took it and hid it under my pillow and decided to keep it there forever. Chapter 9. After her very important call, my mom sat on the couch with me and read 5 whole chapters of a book to me. She didn't even stop when the phone rang. "We'll let the machine get it," she said. And when we got to the happy ending, my mom's eyes got red and her cheeks got blotchy. "Are you crying?" I asked. She laughed and touched her eyes. "Oh, I guess I am," she said. "I always do." It's true. My mom always cries at happy endings. All of a sudden, as I was watching her cry, I glanced at her neck, where she sometimes wears a fancy scarf. My own face got hot and my heart felt funny. I jumped up. "Wait right here," I said. "I'll be right back." Then I ran to my room and threw aside my pillow and grabbed the cherry scarf, which looked a little crumpled. I smoothed it as best as I could against the top of my leg and ran to my mom's room and pulled open the drawer and folded the scarf and slipped it in near the middle of the stack and closed the drawer fast, but tried not to slam it, and ran back to my mom. I was breathing fast. I tried to stop breathing fast. I tried to look perfectly normal. My mom raised her eyebrows at me. "What's going on?" she asked. "Oh, nothing," I said. "Are you sure?" she asked. "I'm sure," I said. Then, hoping to distract her, I said, "Can we make some grilled cheese?" It was the perfect distraction. "I love grilled cheese," my mom said. We went into the kitchen, and as I watched her take the bread and the cheese and the butter out of the refrigerator, I decided that I never wanted to see another fancy scarf again. All right, boys and girls, we're going to stop there, okay? Keep reading this book with me. Thank you for listening.